They probably have forgotten who we are by now anyway.
It's been a minute. Welcome back to another episode of Flex in the City. I'm Rada.
And I'm Lisa. And this is episode 42.
Okay, good thing you knew, because I was like...
It is, because I remember that we had an episode 42 and then I accidentally deleted it. So
it was a good episode too.
It was really good.
It was good. I don't remember what we talked about.
It's the second time I've done that. She's incredibly gracious, because I would be like, I'm done. I'm not working with you anymore.
No. I love working with you. So.
Yeah, but it was, how was your summer?
My summer was good. It was nice to be back home. It was nice to be around my people. It was nice to be around my family. Like you really don't realize how alone you are here until you're back home. And like you mentioned, and I've said it to you when you were back home in Kenya, like you're glowing, and you said it to me. Like, and I think it's because I really knew, okay, my parents are literally down the street. Not down the street. They're like,
but down the street comparatively.
Yeah, compared to in another country. And so I always felt like, oh, I can just go see my parents. I can go see my sister. I can go hang out with my niece, my nephews, and whatever. Like I can do that. Like, and I also saw a lot of my friends, but I was very different this time around. Like I was very intentional with who I saw. There's some people that I definitely didn't get a chance to see, which in my mind, I'm like, I wish I saw them. But now I know in my head, okay, this is definitely next time around, I'm going to be even more intentional with who I spend my time with.
Yeah, make time.
And make time. But it was just nice to I don't know, I just felt it was like literally like a, you know?
Yeah.
And I have found really, really lovely ladies here, and I love them to death. They're so sweet. But it's still something about them being German speakers and not being able to fully express myself. In their language. I can speak enough German
speak it, but also
it's still not the
way
same
of expressing yourself that German might just not have.
Yeah, it's not gonna my feelings, my thoughts aren't gonna come out in the same way. So it's just
and sometimes it's so nice being enveloped in a place where you don't have to.
Yeah.
Where they just get it.
I was so ready to get in a fight at the airport. I was ready for it, because I was
because now you were empowered. You were recharged.
I'm empowered, right? And I had a feeling and I was literally, what was I doing? I was doing something. I had just turned my my SIM card back on. Roaming is no longer an issue. So I'm officially back in Germany. And as soon as I turn it on, I start messaging my family. And I'm like, this bullshit, blah, 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 blah. So I'm sending, and I'm let them be scanning my messages right now. I wish they would.
I hope they see it.
And I wanted them to be like, do you not want to be here? And I wanted to be like, I want to be here, but you don't want me here. I was so ready. I was on fire. Yeah. I was like, I am not the problem. I am here. I learned your language. I've learned about your culture. I freaking took an integration course where I had to learn all this bullshit.
More than you know about your own culture. And I'm bringing my brain and my knowledge to your environment. You're welcome.
And I'm still trying to speak your language to you, when I should actually just be like, no, fuck it. I'm going to speak in English. You don't figure it out. That's your problem. It's not mine.
Oh my God. But I totally understand that feeling of you know what? Actually, just bring it on. Bring it on me.
Just bring it.
We were, the day that I forgot to tell you, I might have told you the story whilst you were overseas, but we were going to, the day I told you with the girls and the families and the kids, we were going to that forest park, because we were at the bus stop. It was 35 degrees. So I was like, it's already hot. Don't fuck with me today.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing this way. I'm facing my friend. So I was talking to Noel, and then my older son is standing here, Dante, and he's facing me so he can see what's happening behind me. And I'm talking, blah, blah, blah. And then he steps kind of closer to me and he goes, there's an old lady that's staring at me behind you.
Staring at him?
Yeah. And so I turn around and I'm looking at her, and she's some old, leather for skin lady who, there's a lot of things I could say, but I'm not even going to say here.
Let's be polite.
And so she's standing there. So she's looking, and I turn back, And I'm like, well, if she's staring, Dante goes, I'm going to stare back.
Good.
He finished the sentence. So he looks, I was like, let's do that. So I turn around and we both turn around and look at her. And we both turn around and stare at her. And she did not look away. I was like, oh, she's a tough one, this one. Then she goes and she says in German, she goes, what are you looking at? And Dante goes, what are you looking at?
In German?
In German.
Bravo.
And he looks at me and goes, what are you looking at? And she goes, nothing. I was looking over here. And he goes, so how do you know we're looking at you? I was like,
He said that in German?
he said it in
His
German.
German is that good
And
now?
he had like attitude. I said,
Oh,
that how I
love
sound?
him. Yes, that's how you sound.
I was
But that's good. That's
like
good.
so proud. I was so proud. And then I was like,
Oh.
I looked in the well and was like,
Oh my God.
said, well done.
Good on
And he's like, well,
you.
yeah, like what is she staring at? If anything, we should be staring at her. I was like, okay,
Seriously.
let's stop it there. We dealt with it.
This is where
But-
you have to reel
yeah,
them in a
yeah,
bit.
like,
Just
okay,
okay,
okay.
we've gone too far.
Yeah. And then so funny because the bus got there, we get on the same bus, and there's only seats in the back, so
Yeah.
she's sitting right in front of us, and so we're sitting, and it's like where the seats go
The
up because it's
elevated,
over the tire, so we're like right above like her head, so we're like all sitting behind her. Get off at the same stop,
Oh my God.
walking to the same corner. I was like, oh girl, yeah, your life is hell today.
Did
Your
she?
life is
But
hell.
she stopped obviously staring.
No,
after
she was.
that.
She wasn't. Yeah, of course, she was trying so hard to look at everything, and she was suddenly so interested in the trees
Mm.
and in the window in the bus, and she was moving slowly because she was older. So at one point, we like all came like around her like this and like past her, and like as we passed, like we like looked back at her, and she was like, I was like, oh,
Some
it's
mean girl shit.
Yeah, because let me tell you, the lesson is, kids, if you're going to be mean and ignorant, you're going to receive it back tenfold.
100%.
Make me uncomfortable, I will make you 10 times more uncomfortable because the discomfort that you are putting on me comes from your ignorance.
Yeah.
So I'm going to highlight that ignorance and make you embarrassed for it. And that is my gift to the world.
There you go.
And clearly my gift to my children. Because, I mean, we out here fighting these battles all the time. So the fact that, and Dante didn't start out empowered like this because he's never experienced anything like this before. So the fact that he's like empowered and he can hold his own, like I know that if I wasn't there, he would have still done the same shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so for me, that also is like, yes. Like,
And
no
I
one's gonna
think
mess
that's
with you.
like you being with him yesterday just like also gave him a little bit more power because he's like, I know my
I
mom's,
got back up.
my
Yeah.
mom's not yesterday, whenever it
whenever
happened.
it was, yeah.
My mom's got me. And
I back up
so
if
now
anything
you
goes
know,
left.
like you said, now you know, like whenever he's not with you, like he'll do the same, like he'll still have that same power because he knows he can come home to you and tell you, Mom, this is what happened. You'd be like,
Yeah.
you handled it right.
Yeah. It was good. It was a funny day. And I was just like, bitch, it's too hot to be ignorant
Seriously.
today.
Like,
shit, take a break. But yeah, no, it was funny.
I feel like you can tell me this.
Mhm.
Do you feel like you get stares because people are curious, or it's racism, or it's a combination? And if it's racism, okay, fine. But curiosity, then instead of staring, like ask a question. Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
And would you welcome those questions then? Or be
The
like,
answer is no.
bitch, it's too
The
hot
short
for this
answer is
shit.
no. It's too hot for this shit. It was literally the 1 week of summer we had, and I was like, "Don't come for me this week.
Not today.
It's a heat wave. It's 38
And
degrees.
in a place where there's no air
no
conditioning.
AC. I'm getting on a full bus with no AC.
You can't escape that
Like-
shit. Like you can't enjoy the heat like you're supposed
Thank
to enjoy
you.
it.
I love that you said enjoy the heat.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
Mhm.
We enjoy the heat, but you can't because
Mhm.
like the house is insulated.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So the short answer to your last question is like asking questions out of curiosity, like is a hard pass for me. Like I did that for a while when I was like in boarding school, and I did that like when I was in the States and people were like, "Oh, you're from Africa?" I did it. But yeah, that ship has sailed. Like
Yeah.
I don't have the patience for it anymore, the tolerance for it, but also like there's no excuse for people to ask certain questions. If there's questions like, "Oh my goodness, how many tribes are there in Kenya? Which tribe are you from? What's the Nilotic
What
tribe?"
languages do you speak? How
Thank
many
you.
languages do you have in
This
Kenya?
is I'm like, yeah, this is conversational and it's fine.
Yeah.
What I do try to do is when people ask ignorant questions, I ask equally ignorant questions back. So like
Okay.
when people say, how long did it take to do your hair when I have braids? I'm like, how long did it take for you to go bald? I'm curious. Like, I don't know, is that early onset or or did that just kind of happen in the last 12 months or so? Like, did you have preventative measures?
Oh my God.
Um,
Oh my God.
so, if it's an old lady, I'm like, how long did it take for that fake hair color to come out? How long for your roots to start growing out like they are now? Can I touch your hair? Can I touch yours?
Yeah.
So funny. So my hairdresser, he's Nigerian, and he's got this beautiful fro. He's hilarious. Oh my God.
Here?
Yeah. Here. So he comes to the house. And
you have a hairdresser that comes to when did this happen? You were
man,
struggling.
you've been gone for like 8 years.
I was gone for 4 weeks. Where are the updates?
Shit
you
has
found
happened.
somebody?
I just updated you for like 3 hours before we started recording.
I need
but
to
yeah,
share this with Ella.
He's
then,
the one.
Ella's
No, I told
also
you he's the
looking.
one who was at that salon that I was going to.
And he left.
But the salon, no, he's still there too. So I can't like say his name because But he's also now gotten his certificate to be able to like because you have to like go to school and get like the certificate and be like. So he's got that and everything. So he's like now gonna have his own sort of business, and he's like exceptional. So whenever he comes over, we just laugh and we just talk about stuff. And he's been here for a while, and he's jumped through all the hoops too, like learning language, all the certificates. He has the funniest stories. Anyway, he's got this beautiful fro that's perfect. I actually thought it was a wig because it's that perfect.
Wow.
And he's like, they always want to touch it. They're obsessed with it. And he was talking about how he went to an event, and a woman literally said, "Oh, your hair is so beautiful," and put her entire hand into his fro.
Why do you do that?
And he said he was so shocked he couldn't even talk. Like he was so like, and he was like, it was lovely because his husband, who's German, like got it and was so appalled. He went off at her like in German. He's like, "You don't do that. You don't put your hands in something." And your first thing was, "He can touch my hair if he wants." Like, I was like, nobody wants to touch your crusty ass, nasty ass hair. No. Like, this is not. And
that's like touching face, hair, all of that. Like, that's like, don't do that. That's
but also, you're ignoring the entire invasion of privacy. Even if you're open to something, you can't assume that someone else is.
Yeah.
Like someone who's into BDSM is not going to go around just like whipping people randomly and be like, "Well, you can do it to me." They're not. There's they're still human, and like you can't. No, the level of ignorance and lack of like respect for them as a human being, because you know what, that same woman, and he made a good point. The same woman on the street would probably ask before petting someone's dog.
Yeah. That's
like,
wow. That is something,
and that
because the level of respect they have for these little furballs.
Thank you, furballs who love being petted. Yeah. What dog is gonna say, "Don't touch me"? Yeah, the dog is literally there, being like, "Please touch me." But a person who is standing in front of you, who has autonomy and like control over their body and their space, and should have respect for that. Like not even like to touch the side. Breaking every single one of her gnarled fingers. Every single one. She will pull back a nub. No. Yeah. I can't believe she did that. Yeah. And that's like disgusting. I don't know where your hands have been. Also, I don't know about someone else's hair. Like who says, "I want to touch inside of your hair"? Like he was like to the scalp. What did she think? Like, was she like looking for something? I don't get it. So what he explained to me is something that is very true that I hadn't thought about, which he obviously in his extended exposure in this environment has given him the knowledge of and the understanding. And he said, there's this fascination with our hair. It's a fascination. And he's right. Like, it was funny because he said his mother-in-law, like his husband's mom, the day that he said to her, "Oh yeah, can you comb out my hair for me? Can you detangle my hair?" She was so excited and so happy. She called over her neighbors, her friends, because it was such a spectacle and a privilege for her, because she was getting to like touch his hair. And he's like laughing about it now
Yeah.
because he's like, you know what? Like she's good people's at the end of the day. But like there's still this understanding that there's this obsession. And it's true. Like even my in-laws, even like before I had my son, the baby, they were like, oh, what's his hair gonna be like? Like, oh, even when he was born with straight hair, they were like, oh, we thought it was gonna be curly. When did the curls come in? And I'm like, he is also a person beyond that. But
Beyond the physical
there is
physical
such an
characteristics.
obsession, and the obsession comes from just the like this novelty factor that's been attached to our hair, because we can have 56 different types of textures of hair and do so much with it, and that's like a novelty because it's like, wow, it's so alien. And I'm like, it's really not. It's actually the origin of where their hair comes from.
Yeah.
Theirs is the aberration.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was just funny to me. I was like, yeah, that's true. People will ask before they pet someone's dog a lot of times.
But they won't. Rarely will they. I mean, I know some people have asked, "Can I touch your hair?" That's not always the case.
Yeah.
Very
and even
few.
asking to touch
It's
someone's
just
hair
weird. Like it's
is
like,
just,
what do you want to get out of touching
and what are you
my hair?
expecting?
Yeah.
Like, so what do you gain from that? You're like, oh, does it feel like how it looks? I'm imagining it feels like this. Why are you imagining that? Why is that important? Why is that an issue? Yes, it doesn't look like yours. Yours doesn't look like mine, but am I
But I'm
asking
not coming
to
up
touch
to you
it?
to ask to touch your hair. Like, why is it they feel that they can do that to you?
Because there is a dehumanization of people of color. And that is part of what comes with this this socialization of the norm is what is Eurocentric, what is Angloid, what is white. When they go to the grocery store, when they go to get their hair done, they don't have to wonder about if there's someone there that can do their type of hair.
Yeah.
They never have to think about that, ever.
Yeah.
Because even if they're in Kenya, in my country, there'll be someone who can handle their hair in a salon full of people of color. And that's the expectation. That's the privilege that comes with their existence. Whereas me, I have to research first. All right, I'm moving there. Is there salons for people of color? Where can I buy hair product for me that works? Is there spices in the grocery store that's downstairs around the corner?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Does the Amazon that delivers there have the spices that the grocery store does not? Like all of these things that are part of like our existence are part of what we do whenever we go. And the privilege of not even knowing that that's a thing is the systemic racism. So it's not the overt racism, but it's the systemic one. So to go back to your question, the people who stare, this is part of the systemic racism. So there is the, people hopefully are not like stringing Black people up anymore here and, committing all kinds of like physical overt crimes. Some are, but there is still a system of racism. There's still a mentality of racism. It's built in. And if you don't know it's built in, you don't know that you're running on it. You're just existing as a part of it. And so if someone says, oh, but like, I'm just looking because I've never seen anyone who looks like you. You've never seen anyone who looks like me because you're living as a part of a system where you don't see me in advertisements. You don't see me on billboards unless it's a baby who's crying and starving and it Save the Children.
Right.
You're not going to see me represented in your local government. You're not going to see me in
schools and public schools.
You're not going to see me teaching you anything. You're not going to go to the hospital and find a teacher or a doctor who looks like me, or a nurse. You're going to find maybe me cleaning the floor. So your idea of who I am is as someone who is not part of your life, your society, your daily existence. I'm an aberration, but that's not because I'm weird. It's because your system is weird.
Has taught you
that
to believe there's nothing else out there, and that you are the greatest of,
and the only
of your kind,
and also the default.
Yeah.
So I was reading this thing where this woman said, even when you say of color, people of color, that is already othering
because it's a label.
And also,
why do you need that label?
People of color are original people. So what we should be saying is people of no color.
Yeah.
Why are we identifying ourselves as how different we are to white? White is just white.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a person of color. Well, you're not going to say, oh, well, it's a white guy who's going to come in. You're just going to say it's a
It's a
guy.
guy.
Yeah. Well, he's a guy of color, or he's a woman of color. She's a woman of color. You're going to identify them as something that indicates their proximity to whiteness. Whiteness being the standard. So even that phrase, woman of color, person of color, actually lives within the mentality of whiteness being the center. It was really interesting. I'll send it to you after this, but it was really interesting to hear. And this woman who discusses these things a lot, and it's I think her page is like shit that pisses me off, and she just like has like a little rant on these things, but really intelligently and succinctly, more succinctly than I'm explaining it. But
no, you're doing,
so like I was like,
awesome.
that's so true, and it like perpetuates this whole like, you know, even when we talk about white fragility. Yes, it's like a term that's used to explain the fact that like white people feel like really like butthurt when they're called up on their racism. But again, it's like perpetuating the fact that there is this fragileness, that there is this,
you have to approach them.
Yes,
gently,
and it's still like spoken in terms, and it also gives white people a term to create space and distance from the word racism.
Right.
Kind of like well, it's my well, there's systemic racism, and I'm working through my like white supremacist like thought, and my white fragility is preventing me from learning. Nah, bitch, you're racist.
Yeah, like if you
that's it.
If you weren't racist, you wouldn't need all of those labels.
Yeah, and now you're trying to like, and part of them creating that proximity is to be able to live with the racism more comfortably.
Yeah.
So she was like, even the things that are gratefully, yes, there to help people learn and grow and hopefully develop past racism are actually still creating barriers towards that process happening as well.
I think it's maybe even like taking them even back.
Yeah, it could be an inhibitor. Yeah,
it's an inhibitor.
It's like, oh, well, you know what? It's the system. I can't change a whole system.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I just live here.
Exactly. So you're not taking responsibility. You're not holding yourself accountable. You're just putting up a barrier saying, well, it is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just going to continue acting the way that I do. But now that I have this label, it almost is like you as Lisa will look at me and be like, it's okay. It's not your fault.
And that is actually the expectation.
Yeah.
So even when if they get to that point, they're like, well, you know, you have to understand that it's like a process. And like, I wasn't born knowing about this and it wasn't my fault. And like, you can't blame me for the sins of my ancestors and blah, blah, blah,
I won't
blah.
blame you for your ancestors, but I will blame you for how you are now and how you are representing your people now and how you are treating my people and how you are.
By being part of the system, you're perpetuating.
You are perpetuating, exactly.
So, rant over. You could have literally dropped this mic.
I should have dropped it. I don't think it would have survived it though.
I know. At this point, our mics are on the way out, guys. We're working towards it.
Yes.
It will be a short period of time.
You will soon see the heavy duty mics where we're sitting with the mic in front of our face and just looks super,
it like this.
Yeah,
and then I'll be moving
official.
It aside when I laugh really loud.
Oh my god,
we're getting there. We do not really have a topic.
I think we've had plenty of topics. We've talked about loneliness. We've talked about living in a foreign country. We've talked about racism, like all of that. I think it's
mixed bag. It's yeah. Well, there's content there.
There is content there, and I feel like it's in those little pockets of knowledge that someone is going to take something away from that. You know what I mean? What the hell?
Yeah. Oh my god. I put those people in a really long plank on Saturday. So I've been
say it because I'm so proud of you.
Certified mat Pilates instructor.
Yes, say it proud.
Because it's still, for me, it's still a stepping stone. I'm on my way to shortly becoming a certified reformer Pilates instructor. That's where.
But you're doing.
But I'm doing it. I'm teaching, and it's actually
you're doing it.
Super fun. And so far the people that I've had in my classes have been amazing. I held them in a really long plank, and I was kind of like trying to illustrate, like, okay, we're gonna move from this plank. If you want to take it up a notch, like put the leg up, or move into a side plank, and then like lift your leg up if you're really badass. And like as I came back down from the side plank, I was like, ooh, I did something to my shoulder.
Oh
I'm just gonna
no.
stand up and look around and see who I need to
Oh
adjust.
shit.
Yeah, and that's why it just cracked. But I think
I crack
positioned
my
it weird.
shoulders all the time.
Yeah,
It's
it's so
from
good.
volleyball days.
Oh, from the serving.
Yeah,
And
but so Khaled's always like, ew. And I'm
it
like,
feels
hey,
so
like
good
it
though.
feels good. Otherwise it feels like it's stuck or
It's like,
something.
yeah, like
Yeah.
not quite, yeah.
Man.
Oh,
But how
sport.
does it feel to be doing this? To be like you're one step closer. I know you've gone from being a lawyer to
To nothing.
entering. No.
I'm kidding. I know. I knew you were not gonna let it go.
To entering the fitness world.
Yes. So like it's weird because fitness has always been such a like key part, not always, but like really for a really long time been a key part of my life, even when I
Yeah.
was working in a totally unrelated industry. Like I'd be at work and I'd still be like thinking about, what I'm gonna do on my workout that night, and I'd be like making my playlist on my lunch hour, and I'd be like looking up like, what is the workout for the CrossFit Open before I
Yeah.
go to the box. Like, so it's always been like so integrated. And so when I could finally like get the time, but also like my courage together to say this is something I'm just going to take. The time's going to pass anyway. I might as well do it. Um, it was really good to be putting effort into something that I really enjoyed. Because even though like there was a lot of modules and there was studying and there was stuff that I was like, it's a bit tedious, it was still like, okay, big picture, this is something I love. This is something that I'm really passionate about. It was something that I could see
And you're
over
good
time.
at it. You are good at it.
I am.
She is,
I was like, I'm not gonna lie.
no.
I am.
She
I
doesn't
am.
even
I
need to
really,
like. You are
I
good at
really
it.
enjoy. I really enjoy it. But I think for everyone, almost everyone in every industry, if you really love what you do, and you have the drive to become the best you can, you're going to be good at it.
No, but she's gonna be like. I swear to you. Look out. Like Lisa Wasonga is gonna. You're gonna be different from
No, you're
everybody
putting
else.
my full government name on the internet.
Sorry, you can.
It's all good.
You can like bleep that out.
It's fine.
Lisa is gonna make a name for herself. I promise you that. Like you are so good at it. You're such a and because you enjoy, like you said, you enjoy what you're doing and you are so knowledgeable. Like you know you have so much information in your head, but the beauty of that is that you also can take it and explain it to people in a way that they're gonna get it.
This is, yeah, that's something that I really like, but it's also something that I learned, especially through the in-person portion of like the course, was that, and it was the feedback that I got even when I did like my practice instruction, was that like I'm really, even when I speak, wordy. And it's because I'm like, I want you guys to know why this is so good for you. I want you to understand why it's burning here, but also I want you to understand that your stabilizing leg is going to burn because it's also working, and that's why this is so amazing. So I want to like impart all of that information, but it's like, the instructor who was amazing, her name is Jade from Australia, who came out to teach us. She gave us so many like beautiful tidbits about like how to differentiate yourself or to use your individuality to still be an instructor. And she's like, yes, definitely put bits of that in there, but understand that you're creating like a space for people to be relaxed, to be safe, to be empowered, whatever it is that they've come to Pilates for. And then you want them to come back again. So you don't have to like teach them everything in one day. You want to provide a place for them to say, oh my God, I'm so coming back. When's your next class?
Yeah.
So to have people say that after my first class, I was like, yes.
I love that for you.
It was really
so
nice.
much.
It was really nice, especially because like I didn't know what to expect. I've never really taught here, and from my experience, I was like, I don't know if people are gonna be like open to listening to Afro beats and like, traditional Kenyan Luo music.
I love that you're also using your own like
yeah, I have to.
You have your own flavor in there.
I got to. When I get more freer with reformer stuff, then like the beats will get a little bit more.
Watch out.
It's coming.
Watch
It's
out,
coming.
world.
It's coming. I shouldn't be telling everyone. Someone's gonna be like, good idea. Let me do it now.
Oh,
It's fine. They won't do it like me.
exactly. They won't do it like
This
you.
is true. This is
No
true.
way. There's no
And I'm
way
sure
they're
there's
gonna,
people doing it already anyway. I'm sure
whatever.
that's
There's
there.
no way they're gonna replicate you and your energy and your vibe and what you can give these. No, like
This
there's
was the
no.
like most poignant part, I would say. I mean, yes, the instruction as well, but the most poignant part of the training was the fact that like, she made the point that like there's millions of Pilates instructors out there and counting and growing. And there's studios on like every corner now.
Literally, this summer, everyone
Literally,
in Jordan was either a Pilates instructor or a coach. And I was
right?
like, damn.
Like, damn, I thought I was kind of
Thought I
a
was special, but no, there's too many of us now.
seriously, it's so saturated.
Yeah.
And where we had the training was over like in Universitet area, so it's like student area. So a lot of the studios are there too. And like if we're walking to get like coffees or sandwiches on the break, like you would just see all these studios, and I was like, it is really super
Yeah.
saturated. And Munich
Yeah.
is behind the trend, and it's
Yes.
already like this. So
Yeah.
so she's like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna like make people come to your studio or to your classes as opposed to like the 1,000 other options that they have? And that is using the one thing that makes you unique, which is your personality, who you are. No one can take that. And so leverage on that. How do you make that something that also creates an experience?
There's only
that's
one
unique?
you. There's only one
Yeah.
unique you in this world.
Yeah.
And
And she said, as long as you're true to that and you bring that with your knowledge to your space, yes,
100%.
it's not going to work for everyone, but for your people, they'll find you.
Yeah.
It'll work for them. So it's a good start. It's empowering. It's really nice. It feels good to use my brain again.
Yeah.
It feels good to be like, oh, I have to plan for something tomorrow. I have somewhere to be. I have, responsibility beyond housework and motherhood, which is also a huge responsibility in and of itself. But it just, yeah, some of us are built for more.
And how beautiful is that you're able to use your brain and your body for something like this? Like that is just, I think that's something else.
And that's the beauty of the practice as well, which is why I love it so much, because I love strength. I love like the beauty of Olympic lifting. I love like making sure that you're retaining your muscle, but at the same time, being able to say, I have everything I need to create a nexus between my brain and my body. And when my body is in distress, I can use how I breathe to relax myself. I can use how I take air into my muscles to heal them, to tell my brain I'm not in distress, actually send more power through, do this a few more times, like develop tenacity and like perseverance. So staying in a really uncomfortable position, but realizing that if I breathe through it, it's not that uncomfortable. I'm actually stronger than I think.
And it's all a mindset thing.
It's all that. So the training is so holistic in that respect, and that's part of it that I love so much.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're like getting stronger and getting a good body. All of the other boxes are being ticked.
I love that.
So yeah, it's been good. It's been really nice. My mother-in-law yesterday actually asked me, she was like, oh yeah, like you it was so quickly, like you finished your language course and now you're doing something again. I said, it's so important, I think, to as a mother to do more than just mothering, because we are capable of that. That's the thing. We're built to do that. And that's not to say that motherhood is just. It's we can do this huge job that's unpaid and thankless and still do more.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to do more, to find what your passion is and to say, I'm still going to nurture that whilst nurturing my household and my family. And she was like, she said something to me. She said, yes, this is so nice. She said, I wish I had done this.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing your shoulda, woulda, coulda kind of thing. Like, and I think that's the difference between our maybe mother's generations, like, and your mother-in-law, and like it was about taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I know your mother worked.
I was gonna say, no, my mom was working too.
Yeah.
But yes, but largely she was an aberration for her generation. She wasn't the norm.
And I know a lot of moms that were also working at that time, but were they actually doing something that they loved, or were they doing it just to survive and to be able to provide for the family? So that's another thing too, is that now like you can say, no, I'm gonna mother, I'm going to take care of my household, but
Mhm.
I'm also going to do something that I love and that I enjoy and that brings me peace and happiness. And, I think we've used that term happy wife, happy life for too long. It needs to be also like happy mom, happy family, happy whatever. Like it's just
Yeah.
when you're able to do something that really brings you joy,
We bring joy to
you
everyone.
approach life differently.
Absolutely. And we're nurturers. And so that
Yeah.
nurturing spirit comes from if we're like full, our cup is full, oh, we will
It's
give it
gonna
to everybody.
overflow to
Yes, yes.
everybody,
Everybody's
Like
going to
we're
be
not gonna
happy.
hold on to all that.
No, we're not going to
No.
be like, I'm happy, sucks to be you, good luck.
Gotta
Yeah.
hold on to this
Like, I'm
energy.
going to share that with my household. I'm going to make sure
Peace.
that everyone else is happy. I'm going to
Yeah.
go the extra mile to give everybody that happiness because I have it. It's overflowing. And that's how we are.
And we
And
forget that as
we
mothers.
do.
We
We do
forget that
forget
we're
it.
allowed to be mothers and we're allowed to do something that is for us as well.
I told you about that online fight I got with that woman on that post. So remember that post where the lady said, I'm not going to apologize for the fact that I'm still a woman and I'm going to pursue what makes me happy, even though being a mother makes me happy.
I
We
don't
posted it
remember
on the
this.
Flex page as well. It was a Black woman. She was bald. We liked it as well. And she was saying, I will no longer apologize for
Yeah.
my passion.
Yes.
Oh, go to the comments, girl. You're going to see a beautiful back and forth with me and a woman who felt the need to put a comment there where she said, well, I just think that like making your kids your priority and your everything is like, the most important thing in the world. But I guess they're not, for some mothers, their kids are just not their priority. And da da da. For me, my kids are enough for me. Da da. Listen, go read the exchange.
I
You will
mean,
laugh. You will
none
laugh. We came back
like
before I said, that's great that that works for you. And a lot of people said that in the comments for you. It's not for every woman. That's true.
no.
Yesterday, as I said, when I spoke with my mom in law, she said, yeah, I wish I had done that. And I asked her, I said, what is your passion? And she said, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That to me was heartbreaking because
Yeah.
I'm like, you've never even had the chance. You're in your 70s
To
now,
explore
or
that.
almost 70. And you've never even had the opportunity to say, what do I actually have a passion for? So that was a bit sad. And I'm like, there's women who, for them, if they've not, like we said before, if maybe it's a poor analogy in this respect, but if you've lived in a prison all your life, you
You're
don't
not
know that
gonna
it's
know
not a
any better.
paradise.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you're just going to know this is all I know. And
Yeah.
that's it. And so if you don't know that there's a passion beyond, um, that expands beyond what you are living in your current reality, then your current reality can be enough for you. And that's fine. There's women who understand that I was a woman before I was a mother. I was a blah, blah, blah before I was a mother. I knew I had a passion in this before I was a mother. I became a mother and that added to my passions. But I still also have my individual
Yeah.
passions alongside the passions I have as a mother. The two can coexist. They're not mutually exclusive. So we went back and forth and I was like, if that's enough for you, that's fine. Some women are built for more.
Yeah.
And if you're not capable of more, that's fine. And it's a funny exchange. But the point was that this habit we have as women,
To put everything on hold
yes.
for everyone else.
But the people that we are most afraid of when we're doing that is
Other women.
This habit we have of
What
hating
are,
on each other.
what are we trying to
And
prove to each other? Like seriously. What is it that we want to prove to each other?
I don't know what that is. And does that come from like the population being mostly women and we feel like we're competing for finite, like is that the biology behind it? I really don't know. Like there's finite resources and so we all have to like undercut each other because it's like, a pride of lions where there's like only 2 males and like
We
6
have to.
females and we gotta like come to the front. Like what?
What is it?
I don't know what that is. But
And where
I
it
can't
stems
understand
from.
I can't understand the biology behind it because even biologically, we prosper more as social beings in
Exactly.
creating those social bonds, which are led by matriarchal figures. So, I mean, like elephants got it; they get it right. So if
They're doing it. Like
yeah,
that's exactly
yeah, a lot of
what we're
animals
talking
get
about.
it, but like even when it comes to that behavior being learned, we learn it from the women in our lives and the women in our communities. I don't think men are teaching their daughters, hey, totally do not support other women. Like,
Right?
I don't think they're even thinking in that way. So I think we actually perpetuate it as it comes down. And it would be interesting to try and find out if there's studies on that as to why.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm gonna dig a little deeper on that because it's
So I don't think we're
definitely
born that way. This was what was so beautiful about the group when we did our Pilates class, and I said this to you before, was I expected it to be that same kind of like competitiveness. And Pilates can be quite competitive and pretentious and like, oh, we just want to be like the skinniest, most bendiest, you know. And so I walked in there and being like, oh God. And it was literally a group of, I think we were like 20 something, maybe 18, 20. And literally every single person was so different and so lovely. I told you a couple of the people. Like we had
yeah.
this one Asian girl who was like weight training, and she was extremely strong, but extremely like just detail oriented when it came to the movements, and really just strong personality. And then we had this other Asian girl who was tiny and yogic background, and she was like, I just want to like, you know, get my voice to be stronger and be more assertive and exciting. And she was
Yeah.
just so lovely and so like inviting. There was this girl from Egypt, from Cairo. She's a former synchronized swimmer, like crazy, like yeah. And she was like, yeah, but now I have like rods in my back, so I can't do that anymore, but I'm still here. Like,
Wow.
yeah, there was this guy, the only guy who was there, who was so hilarious, held his own, and he was just super lovely. Like, we were such a different group of people. There was the one 16-year-old girl who's still in school. She's like, yeah, I'm just on holidays, but I want to learn something. And like, amazing.
Wow.
Such a great
Wow.
group of people. And so, like, everyone empowered each other. Like, we were in the group chat and everyone was sort of like telling each other about opportunities. We're all encouraging each other. We all like followed each other. And I was like, this is how
It
the
should
world
be.
should be,
It's how it
especially
should
the world
be.
for women.
It's lacking in that
It really is. And I
respect.
can't understand why. Maybe you guys can let us know. I don't know what the
Maybe
reason
let
is.
us know what your thoughts are on that because it is kind of sad that we don't have that. I got smiled at by 5 people on the subway. I literally
What is in
was
the
like, there is something,
air?
either the full moon or I don't
It's
know
the
what,
full moon. Oh,
but
yeah. It's full
but
moon.
usually people are crazy during a full
Isn't
moon.
it a blood moon or something right now as well? It's like a
There was a
weird,
blood. They saw the blood moon in Jordan, but last night,
yeah.
but I didn't see anything here.
Yeah, but it's happening. It's sending. It must be because it's not natural. It's not
Yeah,
normal. We know
so
that.
I got smiled at by like 5 people. I'm like, oh,
Wowzers.
wow.
Maybe it's because it's getting cold and they're like, the weather we love.
Or they're getting excited for Oktoberfest. I don't know.
Oh, it's Germans.
Oktoberfest is still another, I think, a week away.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks away, maybe.
2 weeks.
I forget what.
It's the last, second to last.
September 8th. Yeah, 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
No, these were like, I'm pretty sure they were German.
Okay.
So I was very,
I
that made
did
me
get smiled
happy.
at
But they
by-
were all ladies. And normally the ladies are even the worst. So
Completely.
I was happy to see that. And I just thought, oh, and they were smiling first. Normally I'm the one that smiles first. And
Really?
they smiled first. I
You
was like,
still smile first?
yeah. I'm like, but it's one of those like it's not a real smile.
Because the worst is when you smile for real,
Yeah,
and then you get like rejected,
holy
and you're
shit.
just like, oh,
it's a crazy person. No, but that was nice to see.
Yeah, that is really nice to see. I forgot to tell you about when I was coming back from the last day of my course that I did. I was walking on the street. Oh no, I was going to the grocery store to pick up a bottle of wine, the one up the street. And the lady in there is so lovely. There's an Indian lady who works there, and she's always like speaking to me in German. And I always tell her I'm learning and I have my test. She's like, did you take your test yet? And I'm like, I did. And I passed. And then she's like, that's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I still can't speak for shit. And
No,
there was
you
this
can.
black older woman in there who overheard me like speaking with her. And she looked very like, definitely not German. Like she's obviously like I was thinking she's like from the States. And then she started like speaking in German, and she was just like, oh no, the hardest part about learning German is like actually like going out and speaking it, like because you can learn it in a class, but actually speaking it to Germans is really hard. And I was like, oh my God, your German's really good. And she's like, well, it should be. And then she switched to English, and she had this American accent, like New York.
Oh, you told me.
I told you about her.
Have you seen her since? But you got her
name.
number, no?
I got her number. Yeah. Yeah, I got it because she's gave me the plug for this Jamaican jerk chicken spice.
Yeah.
that I've ordered is on the way. But anyway, so she was She was like, yeah, it's. I was like, your German's really good. She's like, it should be. I've been here like 30 years, and she was talking about her kids and like her daughter has lived here all her life, and so she was walking with me back, and I was like, am I taking you out of your way? She's like, no, I just live up here. I was like, how have I never met you?
Never.
How are you in my neighborhood and I've never seen you? Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. She's like, well, like I'm usually at home or I'm at like work. As we were walking down the street, I was just like, why are you here if you don't have to be? And she's just like, well, I've just been here so long. And I was like, how did you even get here? And she's like, I met these two German girls who were visiting me in New York. They were really sweet. They were like, come out, come like visit us in Germany. And I came out here and I visited and, met cute German and here I am. I was like, girl,
Is she still with
almost the
that
same
cute
story.
German?
No, she's still here, but she's brought up her kids. They grew up here. And so she told me a little bit about their experiences. And I was like, how do you do it? Like, how do you? And she's like,
Does it get better?
she was like, it doesn't, but you
Oh.
just, and she said, you have to just pick your battles and you ignore a lot of it. A lot of it you just have to ignore. And I said, yeah, but the danger with that is I don't want my kids to think that it's normal. I
Yeah.
don't want them to be like, it's okay, get away with it. Like, I do want to fight it on some level. And she's like, I understand that completely, but she was like, long
Pick your
term,
battles.
it depletes you, especially if you don't have like the support system. So that is the most important thing, having a support. And she said, once you find your people, you know what she said to me? She goes, you know what I used to do? I used to escape. I used to get on the train 6 hours, go to Paris, and just be there and just breathe in the filth for a day. I said, bitch, we had just talked about doing this. She's like, do that. Get your
Yeah.
Paris trip, even if it's just for a day, and then come back in the evening, whatever it is,
I think that's
like
so important.
I was like, this is what I need.
Especially like I'm feeling it now, like coming back from Jordan. I struggled the most this time around. And like you even asked me, I've had several people ask me, like, how does it feel to be back home? And normally I would say I'm going home. This time was the first time that I said, oh, I have to go back to Germany tomorrow. And I wasn't.
Wow.
And so there's something, I don't know why, but I really struggled with it. And I feel lonely. And I just think like maybe we need these like mini escapes to be able to survive this, because to come here, and of course the first thing that you experience in the airport is coldness, grumpiness. Go to a different line. We're going to shut this counter down and not even tell you why we're shutting it down and just move on and deal with it kind of bullshit, which is what I'm greeted with when I get to Jordan as well. Like
Is it?
It's not like you don't always get like, you come in, you're smiling, whatever. And they always tell you the typical thing in Arabic, which is like, welcome back. And you respond with a typical response.
Yeah.
But you do it with a smile and they're just like,
they're tired,
passports, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And I don't blame them. I get it. Like the airport
is the airport. It's not the best place.
It's not the best place.
Usually like, or you get like the really, really young like cadets who are working at immigration and they're usually
so fresh.
Yeah. And they're usually so scared of like fucking up that they're just like, hello. And they're like, oh, you're more nervous than I am.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like that's great when you have one of those days. But I know what that feels like, that sort of loneliness. And it's hard. It's hard to
But I feel like you're better integrated. And maybe it's living in the city versus me on the outskirts. Like I feel like you're meeting people.
I'm really forcing myself out there. Like when I go to events, when I try to like make time to meet up with people, when I even am somewhere and someone talks to me and I'm like, let me try and be open to that. Like I've really tried to, because ordinarily I'd be like, I need new friends. Like I'm fine. If I go somewhere, I'm not trying to meet people. Like even when I went to that event on the weekend, I was like, I will be open to meeting people. I will be open to like having conversations, and which is definitely not me. So I've tried just because I know that it's healthier, but there's still a part of me that's like, everything is temporary. It's like, yes, I'll meet people, but I still know that this is a transit for me on some level.
I would be curious, like you said, to dig a little deeper and just to kind of see what comes out of whatever research we do, whatever input you all might have that, could give light to why it is the way it is for
And
women.
you can
Maybe
totally tell us if you
men
think
feel
we're
the same
wrong.
thing
Yeah.
among men as
That's a good
well.
question, actually. I don't know. Do men like have that competitive sort of?
They do
I mean,
actually.
they
Like
compete.
it's,
Yes, they do. Like
but do they feel it? Like do
it's.
they
I don't think
feel?
that they have that same mechanism of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also because their intuition is not as nuanced. No offense. I think. Um,
It is a feminine, if we're talking masculine versus feminine
yes, there's both
energy.
sides. Yes, yes, but I think the intuition is very largely on the feminine side of the energy.
Yeah.
But some men have that, and
Yeah.
that's quite evolved. But
Yeah. Well, we're
generally,
supposed to be balanced.
yeah,
We all have masculine, feminine, it's completely different, but we all have masculine, feminine energy flowing through us. And ideally, we should be completely balanced in both sides
yeah,
of that.
yeah. And the balance doesn't necessarily mean that you're always standing in the middle, but I think it means the
You
balance
can
of how you move
flow
between them
through. Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's also a really interesting topic.
Yeah.
So I mentioned that I was going to do a brief recap of Munich's, I guess, inaugural Fashion Week, Munich Fashion Week this week that I attended day one of with a couple friends on Friday, this past Friday.
What did I can't, because I've already heard, so I can't even take it seriously.
I know,
But
I know.
would you like to tell us what the highlight of the evening was?
Highlights.
Something positive?
Highlights. Venue was good.
But it's gonna take her a minute to think
Venue
of
was
one.
good. Venue was good. Actually, they had AC, which is good. I didn't expect that, which is rare.
Ooh.
So the hotel had AC. Venue was good. And there was enough space for, like everyone to sit. It wasn't crowded. It didn't feel like, sort of like squished even in the show, the area where we had the show.
Yeah.
So that was good. The after party area also was good.
Did you have to pay for anything?
We had to pay for everything, which apparently is the way here. That's not been what I've been exposed to in the past, but maybe it's changing. I haven't been to a fashion week in a long time, but I was under the impression that, like drinks, champagne, whatever, if you're a guest, then
Did they have
that's
some?
there.
Did they have several options for you guys to choose
We
from?
had ed wine,
I'm totally throwing them under
white
the
wine
bus.
option, and a champagne I've never heard of, and rosé, and that was it.
Tell me about the entertainment. Was there any special shows?
The entertainment that was there on purpose, or the stuff that entertained me
On purpose stuff, and then
individually outside of that. So so there was a show. I think they flew in some artist who I'm not aware of, so I won't say his name because I don't remember it. But yeah, he came and sort of performed on stage. They tried to do like a little, like, how the performers get on stage like during Victoria's Secret show, and
right, that's what they were going.
They were going for that sort of like, and then the models are coming out and they're kind of like rapping in between. It was pretty bad.
It was bad.
I'm going to
and
limit my comments to that.
This is the first time that Munich
has hosted a fashion week. Yeah. So I think they're trying to host their own fashion week. I don't think it's meant to be representative of the entire country. I'm not sure. Maybe people will correct me on that, but I know that they're trying to sort of create, which is what they mentioned as well in the night, like a Munich fashion week. And there's I think Congolese and Angolan. He's German now, but
he's German now.
Well, he spoke perfect German, but he's this African guy who I follow that seems very much in the industry and knowledgeable. I think he has background modeling in Paris. He's behind it, so I was like, you know what? Let me go and support. And that's kind of where my
yeah, I love that.
And I was like, opportunity to meet people because I'm doing that now, yay!
Yeah,
and finding out more about the city, trying to like make it more exciting for myself, but also like supporting people of color in their endeavors. So I don't want to go too far into my comments publicly.
Right.
Obviously,
I can respect that.
There is room for improvement. What I will say, constructive criticism will be create more of an ambiance when people walk in. Like there wasn't music even, and
You weren't even sure if you were at the right event.
quiet. It was that quiet.
Yeah.
And just yeah, create an ambiance. Like even if it's just one round, like pass around champagne, let people loosen up, especially Germans. Like get them into the sauce a little bit so they
Yeah.
can
Let him
you know
marinate in
meet
it a
us.
little bit.
Yeah, meet where
Yeah.
like normal people
Yeah.
exist. And
Yeah.
then also just yeah, audio lighting, just little things like that you know
Oh,
can
so the audio wasn't.
I'm not talking. You were a mess for that. The audio was not ideal. And maybe they had all of this stuff together by the second day. I didn't attend the second or the third day. I was just there the first afternoon / evening. First evening.
I found a love.
Transition
For
smooth.
me.
Why is this song playing right now? And then volume control. It was yeah, but like the funniest part was there was a lot of funny parts. We had fun, like the me and the two friends of mine that we went with. We had a good time because we just kind of made our own fun and good vibes. So that was great. We had a good time regardless. It was also interesting to see what the
Fashion
fashionable
vibe Munich
yeah
had to give kind of.
yeah to kind of see like what that mood was like. It was a mixed bag. It was interesting. I met a very talented artist. This was a highlight for me, who is originally Ghanaian but has lived here all his life. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful man also.
We should put his we should tag his name.
You can find him here.
Was his name Jeff
Kwame. Yeah, call him Kwame because that's the name that I recognized and remember. But yeah, just really beautiful stuff, really quite talented. So hoping to actually contact him for a commission piece.
That'd be awesome.
Which would be good for the house. It's a nice big portrait. So not just of myself. I'm not that vain.
You're so vain.
But yeah, it was nice. He was really lovely, and just a lot of people who were there, like a few people that we briefly spoke with, also just really lovely, interesting people. So it was cute to be out and about a little bit. I had to leave earlier than I would have otherwise because I had to teach the next morning.
Yeah.
So yes, I exercised control and restraint and made it to class.
Nice.
So that was good. But if you guys are in Munich and you would like to come to my class, that is at the Collective Flow at this point in time. There will be more classes to come. But right now,
this
on
is where
Saturday
Collective Flow will
mornings,
show up.
Look at you moving it all around. How am I going to pin it? It can't move.
No, I'm just Vanna White. It's going to be there while
and then we're going to, right, okay. So here is somewhere where it will be. It's so hard to align it sometimes too.
Really? Okay, I'll do it down here.
Oh,
wait,
my
it's
God,
not
no,
even. It's not even. I feel
it's
like a
have been
robot
up
now.
here now. Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. It's all good.
That's
And it will be Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. So get your ass up, come through. It'll be good times. Burn class, get 1 hour in, and then go back and do whatever you need to do for the rest of the weekend. But do something good for your body first thing in the morning.
I can't wait.
Saturday.
I can't wait.
You
know, I'm gonna document this whole.
Don't laugh. Also, because if you laugh, I'm gonna
be crying. What are you
no,
talking
because
about?
I say funny stuff. Like
No,
every
but-
now and then, like little quips, and if I look at you and you're like, ah,
But
you're
I
being
gotta
all
laugh
cheesy.
because I'm the one that's.
But you're gonna be laughing at me being cheesy because you know me, and you'll be like,
no, you
"Girl,
know
bye."
me. No, you know me. I'm gonna be laughing because I'm laughing.
Okay, good.
I am
Because
corny.
if you laugh
as
like
hell.
that, if you could laugh like that, and you're like, "Girl, bye," I'll be like, "No."
Oh my God! After all these years, you know that my laugh is not gonna be a corny laugh.
No,
No,
I say
it's
corny.
gonna.
I say like some like dumb stuff in there.
No.
Like
I'm
stuff
gonna
where I'm
be,
like,
gonna
oh
be
my God,
crying.
if my
Like,
peoples
oh my
could
God,
see me
that's
now,
my
they'd be
girl.
like, "Are you?"
No.
I
need
to
to
fun
create a-
time Saturday mornings, so come party with us. And if not,
I feel
that's to you. On that self-plugging note.
We are gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
It has been a minute for us, but we are so happy to be back. We are so happy to be here with you today. If you've listened for this entire episode, thank you for being here. We love you. Leave your comments below. Follow, subscribe, share, and we will see you in next week's episode of Flex in the City.
Then, bye.